Today was a jump day, but I wasn't really too lucky with the way that I placed my camera recording a few of those sets. The gym was very busy and people were passing by and standing in front of the camera, not realizing a bunch of times. But anyways, those exercises are basically always the same. So I just put the one that I was able to record. Another thing that I did was going up in weight on the pullover. So I picked up a 14 kilo dumbbell and I went down in reps. I was doing two sets of 10 reps here and I was supersetting that with the usual high volume body weight only push-ups, which looked okay. The first set I was able to push up to 27 reps and I reached the point where I probably could have progressed going almost indefinitely. I felt like if I was just taking some rest in between repetitions, I could go up. And this gives me a very nice hope that my rotator cuff is at the point where it's not always being the weak link in many of the pushing exercises that I'm doing, and I can safely go to failure on some of these movements, like the push-up unweighted is probably something that I can push a bit more since the load and the intensity are kind of low, so I need to manipulate the difficulty of the exercise somehow. So that it's good news. It's been quite a long time since I felt like the rotator cuff was not a limiting factor in many of my pushing variations. And even though I wasn't really getting any sets to give me pain in there because I was very cautious about that, it was something that was fatiguing before the rest, and it was probably taking away in some capacity to what I could do. In here, unfortunately, the camera got knocked off, but I realized on time I didn't have that many reps left, and I was able to just adjust it to get this other set on the push-ups, where I got 22 reps. So I'm trying to keep two sets of these while maintaining good form. I do not really want to break technique down at any point. First of all, because of safety concerns that if I was to change my positioning in any way while getting fatigued as the reps build up, maybe my rotator cuff wouldn't really be happy about that, and I would regress in terms of the rehabbing process that I've been through over these last few months. And from the perspective of training progression, there isn't really any point in doing cheating reps anyways, so that's an easy choice. And then I was jumping into the jumping part, where I was doing approach jumps, but leading into those, I was doing some low raises, so getting some volume in for the shoulder and then going for the two-step approach. As I was mentioning yesterday, I think, I wanted to test if the right-left approach was doable on this day. The discomfort in my right sole has not dissipated yet. I feel it sometimes when I'm walking around, and what I did was getting a few sets in with a low intensity right-left approaches, and I started feeling discomfort in the foot, so I just swapped over to left-right, and I will be waiting for better days on that. Even the left-right approach jumps weren't looking spectacular, and I feel that this is kind of a subconscious thing that my body does. It knows that it's not 100% and it doesn't really want to aggravate anything, so I am kind of unable to be pushing to the hardest, which is probably the wisest solution anyways, and I will be just doing the best that I can for the time being. And something else that I've noticed is that sometimes I feel bouncier during my warm-up sets for the approach jumps than during the actual set. I don't know if it's because I'm recording myself, so I start thinking about too many things about the mechanics of the jump and I end up losing the forest for the trees. But I do feel that happening sometimes, and this is unrelated to the little annoyance that I have in my heel right now, and something that I really need to work on, because as soon as I feel like I am getting bouncy, I need to really ride the wave and try and get better. Ciao.